you know how we are. Even though we hear God, we're like, well, was it really you? Was it really you? So I was like, I don't know, God. Maybe that was my feelings. Maybe that wasn't you telling me to leave. And then it just got worse. Like, the job just got worse. Hey love, this is Alyssa. Welcome to my channel. Nouriched Soul is all about helping people heal from a toxic relationship, whether it was with yourself or with someone else. So let's get into today's video. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I have been on the YouTube channel. I know. So I was like, let's do a life update video. I want to talk about what's been going on, my experience with business, as well as me quitting my job. So let's just get into it. First things first, I quit my job. My job was very stressful, over everything that's happened within the last year or so. Your girl was stressed. I was at home working full time, as well as taking care of my 5-year-old. My job was billing, so I was doing the numbers. I was on an audit, and let's just say, no, it was too much to handle for my brain, as well as the fact that it just wasn't a great system structure for me. It just felt like I was not aligned with what I was meant to do, and it was draining me. So after complaining about it to, my mom, my husband, after talking about it, I was praying about it, and I'm like, God, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I didn't want to leave my job and be without, that income source while building my business. It's just at a point where, like, I need to invest money into my business, not necessarily live off of my business. But I was like, you know what? God, what are we gonna do? Because I can't continue to work in a place that I just don't feel fulfilled in. And I'm one of those people that I walk what I talk. I don't want to be on here empowering people, giving people tools, telling them to live their best life, and I feel like I'm not living mine. So I was praying about it, and eventually I felt that I heard God say, like, yes, leave your job. But then, you know how we are. Even though we hear God, we're like, well, was it really you? Was it really you? So I was like, I don't know, God. Maybe that was my feelings. Maybe that wasn't you telling me to leave. And then it just got worse. Like, the job just got worse. That was just causing more stress on my body, more like unalignment. And I was just like, you know what? I'm fine. I'm gonna just release myself. I finally heard God loud and clear. It was just going to keep getting worse, keep getting worse. So, like, I'm like, I don't even have 3 months. If I stay here any longer, I'm going to go crazy. Like, I just couldn't balance working there as well as being present for my 5-year-old. It's very difficult to work as well as be present with a 5-year-old, make sure that she's going to school. If you guys don't know, my daughter is visually impaired. She sees pretty good for the most part, but I have to, like, pay attention to her. It's not just something where I can just let her hop on her school stuff by herself. No. So it was too much for your girl. So I ended up quitting my job. And, like, when I tell you guys, when I quit, there was just like a weight that fell off of me, and like, I feel so much better. I do. I've been taking some time to just really get in tune with myself, rest, as well as figure out those next steps. Like, what's the next best thing? I'm super happy because, like, once I quit my job, it's like things just started rolling. I've signed clients. I've got a new camera that I'm filming on right now. So I'm just super stoked, and I'm excited to see what God does. To those of you that are like debating on quitting your jobs, if you're watching this video, I definitely feel like God will provide either way. I'm not going to tell you to quit your job or just stay at your job, but what I'm going to say is God will provide either way. And you just have to be in a place where you are trusting God for you and tune into what He is telling you to do, okay? For me, I knew that I was supposed to quit my job. I am blessed to have a husband who, we have that traditional view, like he believes in raising the family, taking care of us, like financially speaking. So that's been amazing, just not being like burdened by that aspect, because I do have money coming in so I can focus on this. However, I'm also doing like side jobs, like helping with office work and things like that. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the next steps are for Nouriched Soul LLC. I know that growing my business has been a journey. It has been a journey. It's not something that like picked up like this. It's definitely been a process. I have fallen in love with coaching. I really have. As I went through like the certification process and got certified as a life coach, I really grew within that program. I really grew myself. I coached myself. Still to this day, I'm coaching myself as I coach others. So it's constantly a constantly thing of just growing and elevating and improving, and just, I don't even know how to, but it's like blossoming, okay? I am blossoming. I love the place that I'm in, and I'm excited to be able to pour into others as well. For those of you that have a toxic relationship with yourself, maybe you are constantly self-doubting, constantly having that negative inner voice, constantly feeling guilty, shamed, people-pleasing. If you have a toxic relationship with yourself, or you've experienced a toxic relationship, this is what this channel is all about. It's not going to be about me quitting my job, but if you're into that type of thing, just healing yourself, growing, empowering yourself on the journey of life, go ahead, click subscribe, click that bell so you can be notified when my next video drops. Until then, happy healing.